Hi Stampers, this is Karen Phillip. I'm a Stampin' Up Demonstrator and I'm pleased to show you how to make this cute card that I'm calling Scrappy Strips, I believe. This is using all of the new ink colors for 2022 to 2024. It's just really striking and live, I guess you would call it. So let's get started. I'm using the Sending Smile stamp set and dies. It's a bundle in the annual catalog. It has a lot of good sayings that you're sending a bunch of different things. So I am starting out with strips that are 1/2 inch by 5.5 inch long, and they are all of the ink colors. So we have Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis, what's this one called? Tahitian Tide, Parakeet Party, and Sweet Sorbet. In the kit, you will have a piece of white cardstock that is smaller than the wider one, and this is 3.5 by 4 3/4, and that's the piece we'll be using. So to get started with this, we will take I started with the Starry Sky, and you should have 2 strips for each card, and the leftovers you'll use for your sample. So I'm taking the first one, and you can do whatever colors you'd like as well. This works well for any kind of strips, either cardstock or designer paper. So I put some adhesive on the back, and this is kind of not tricky, but it's important that you put these on the first one so that it doesn't have any white spots. So I'm putting it on, I start from the left to right, you can start from right to left. Right in the corner and the left corner of the strip, and then you'll bring it down so that the right corner and the strip shows. That way there won't be any extra white showing, so you can see it on the back. You have the same amount on each top and bottom. So this will form a triangle here, and this will form a triangle here. That way there's nothing showing. Our next strip will be our Orchid Oasis, and that will go one side or the other, doesn't matter which way you go. Again, the next piece, you'll go about 1/8 of an inch over, and I started with that same corner, and then it just goes parallel with the previous strip. So you can see these top pieces are all the same. So you go down with all of your colors, and I have one already down, and this is what it will look like. So this was my first piece and my second piece, and so on. So then on the back, you will cut off, and if you get glue on here, don't worry about it, I'll show you how to get rid of that. So I'm cutting it off. You can cut it right to the cardstock, but I don't cut straight, so I'm just roughing it up, and then I'll trim it after that. So these are fine to trim now. But you can see 2 of the sides end up having the same triangles. And then these other strips you can use for your, I'm going to set them on here so they don't get stuck on everything. Actually you can use it for the inside as well. I'm using this little paper cutter. It used to be available, but any cutter will work. I'm lining it up with the white, cutting it all the way around. Again, it'll be sticky. Okay. Sorry, it's so noisy. Okay, and the last one. You could use your rotary cutter as well. This just works better for me so that it doesn't get gunked up in my other one. Now I have a straight edge. Some people are really good at cutting, so they can get a nice straight cut. I just am not good at that. Okay. So there's a little white corner here. You can take one of your little pieces that came off, and add more adhesive if you need to. This one has some on already. And stick that right in the corner. Oops, I guess it needs a little more adhesive. And that gets stuck in the corner. And now you'll trim that little piece off. I said stickies all over the place. Okay. Now my scissors is getting a little gunked up. There, now you can't even tell that there needed to be a piece there. So I'm going to show you what I do to clean off my scissors. They're all full of glue. So I take a rubbing, one of those rubbing alcohol pads, one of these. You can find these in the pharmacy department, or just a cotton ball and rubbing alcohol. And I take all of the adhesive off, and you rub it off, and then it's good as new again. Just have to be careful you don't cut yourself, because these blades are very sharp. And now all the adhesive is off again. So that works really well, just a little tip there. Okay, so for the inside of my card, before I go any further, I have a white piece of cardstock, and this one is, I'm taking two of these strips and putting that on the inside. Doesn't matter the angle or anything. It just kind of ties it all in together. That one's too sticky. Again, these are very sticky, like so. So that's my inside. I have pieces of stuck to everything. And now we'll trim this off. This I can cut. And then that will go on the inside of our card, like so, which is kind of pretty. And then for the front of the card, we have our piece of completed design. That will go on top of a piece of 3 3/4 by 5, just a white piece, like that. And then center it on there. And then put it on your card. And I'm putting it on a Starry Sky piece of cardstock. These colors are so vibrant. They're just so pretty. And putting that on, like so. Okay. Then I had cut out, let's try to clean up some of these little pieces here. Then I had cut out, I put some adhesive sheet on the back of a Starry Sky. I ran it through the cotton boss machine with the sending dies, and I'm going from right to left. It seemed to come apart easier that way. So I'm taking off, I'm leaving it on this whole sheet, but I'm just taking off the letters. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So you want to be very, very careful not to pull it too hard, and it will all come off. And this is sticky now, because it has the adhesive sheet. More sticky, like a glue thing today. And this is another die. It's the outline die. And when you put it on, again, I found from right to left it worked the best, but if you don't want to do it that way, you can do it your own way. But I lined up the first letter, and you can see this is like all kind of wonky, but it lines up. You can work it into the letters very easily. So you can see I'm just laying it on, and it seems more difficult, but it lays very nicely once you get it onto your letter and push down when you have it into the right spot. And see how nice that lines up like that. And then there should be a little dot for your eye. And you pull that out. The pokey tool or the pickup tool works nice. And that just, since it has the adhesive, it should just stick right on there. And now you have your sending, and the dot is in the correct place. I did use the dimensionals to put this on. You don't need a lot. Doesn't need to be stuck on too well. I just like to have it so that it lays down evenly. I'll Put that one there, and this one can go here. Okay. And then that goes on your card. Oops. Okay. That just goes on the center of the card, like so. And then again, I mentioned that there were some different sentiments that you could use. And this gets stamped with the starry sky. It says smiles across the miles, all good, the good luck your way. Sunshine to brighten your day, love and big hugs, birthday wishes, a note of thanks, a card to say hello, and comfort and strength. So that gets stamped on a piece of white and cut out. And this one says sending a card to say hello. And basically that's it for this card. And I hope you enjoyed watching the video on how to make this. And have fun with it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.